welcome back. We're going to take a look at what our KPRC2 meteorologist Anthony Yanez is up to during this week's school visit.
Yeah, he's at Keith Elementary School. This is up in Cypress ISD for his final weather lab of the year. Anthony and the students will get to experiment with the fun side of STEM on KPRC2 Plus. Now, he'll be challenging them to look at weather as more than just a forecast.
Yeah, let's toss it over to him right now. Hey, Anthony.
Good morning and welcome to Keith Elementary School in Cypress. We're at Cyfair ISD. How are you guys all doing? Yeah! I have to tell you, this is the first school visit this year where we actually had signs. It says, "Thank you for coming, meteorologist." So thank you, Charles, who made the sign. We really appreciate it. So your teachers told me that you've been studying the difference between climate and weather, and I have to be honest with you, it's a really hard concept to grasp because we live a life where this is our body. What we experience is our own. So when we go outside and we get a little wet, we almost assume just how it is that it's raining everywhere when it may only be raining right here. But when we go outside and get wet, that's the weather. But what's the climate when we go outside and get wet? So here are some questions for you. So let's start with this. We're going to look at the difference between weather and climate. Let me get on this side here. This is a look back at the month of November. So the blue colors that you're seeing are temperatures below the November average. The red temperatures that you're seeing are the above average temperatures. There is one gray color. That is 73 degrees. On that day, we were right at average. Average for Houston is figured by the last 30 years. So if we go back 40 years, that number wouldn't be 73. If we went back 60 years, that number wouldn't be 73. That's only taking into account the last 30 years. So for the month of November, when we put all the numbers together, all the reds and the blues, we ended up 0.8 degrees below average temperature, and we're talking about the daily weather. Now, here's where the challenge is. What is this an example of? The warmest Christmas we've ever had in the city of Houston was 83 degrees in 2015. The coldest temperature we've ever had in the city of Houston is 11. The rainiest Christmas we ever had was in 1916, a long time ago. That was more than 2 inches of rain. And the snowiest, and this happened south of I-10, so it didn't happen for Cypress, was we got anywhere from 3 to 12 inches of snow on Christmas Day. We had a white Christmas back in 2004, before you guys were born, right? Yeah. So what is this an example of? Is this weather or climate? Yes.
It's climate.
It's climate?
Oh, wait, weather.
It's weather. So this is picking the day. It is weather for that particular day. Now here's the challenge. Here's where I need some volunteers. Come on up. I need 4 people to come up. Yes, you, 2 boys, you, and Charles, since he made the sign. Come on up. Okay, here's the challenge. We're looking at, come on over here. We're going to start with Charles here. Here's your question, all right? We're looking at this. This is Houston winter warming. We're looking at the average temperature now. First of all, we're starting in 1970. Remember, this is a challenge, so this isn't easy. This is hard. We're going from 1970 to 2022. I want you to look at, do you see the dots, first of all?
Like the one that's by the numbers?
Yes, there's dots, and then the dots are attached by lines. Do you see that? Everyone sees the dots specifically?
Yeah.
Okay, Charles, what are the dots?
That represents where the temperature was that day, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we're talking about winter, so the dots would represent the basic 3-month average for the temperature. So that would be your average winter temperature. Each dot represents an average winter temperature. So you go back to 1970 and see how it's about 52 degrees. That was your average winter temperature. You look at 2022, your average winter temperature is now at 58. Okay? Now, what's your name?
Coco.
Coco. Oh, we love that name. It's pretty. What is the line?
It represents how the temperature is going up.
Okay.
So it's increasing.
It's what?
Increasing.
It's increasing. Okay. So the weather are what? Is the weather dots or is the weather lines?
I would say the weather's lines.
Okay. I'm going to just give you another chance.
Dots.
Yeah, they're dots, yes. What's your name?
Quinlan.
Quinlan. Okay. So the weather's the dots. 3 months, you get the average temperature. That's your weather. 3 months weather. The trend since 1970, which is 52 years on this map, is what? What's your name?
Quinn.
Quinn is what?
So, wait, so what are you talking
The
about?
line would be what? Weather or climate?
I think the dots would be weather and the line would be climate.
Yes. So your climate is doing what for the past 52 years, Quinlan? I think you got it right? You said, which one of you said it? Coco? Or, it is what? What's happening to our...
Oh, it's increasing.
It's increasing.
Yes.
So it's getting warmer. Our winters are getting warmer. Let's do this again. So each dot represents the average winter temperature. The line is the trend since 1970. Weather and climate. Okay. Here's a good one. What is this? A December preview. The average high temperature is 68 degrees to 63, beginning to the end of the month. The average low temperature is 48 to 43. The coldest day we've ever had in the month of December is 7 degrees in 1989. The hottest day is 85 degrees. We've never been above 86 in the month of December, and that was just a couple years ago, December 10th, 2021. What is this? Is this weather or is it climate? Who wants to take a shot at this? Okay, it is?
Okay, so are you talking about all the days or a certain...
Everything. This is a weather graphic or it's a climate graphic?
I think it would be climate because it's like documenting the days between all of the years, and it says average.
Climate. Do you see how though it's you have to think? Do you see? You guys, you just did this class, and if I were to talk to adults, they would have the same thing. It takes you a while to kind of figure out the difference between weather and climate. Think of this. Here's weather. We're going to use Charles because Charles gave me this great sign, right? Here's Charles. Charles's personality is he's a happy guy. Yay! But Charles some days is in a bad mood. That's the weather. The climate is, hey, usually he's a happy guy. But on Tuesdays, he's sad. Weather, climate. Climate is your personality. Weather is what you feel like today. Does everyone get that? Yeah. Okay, let's see what else I have here. Let's move forward. Okay, we're going to do this again, but we're going to look at something else. So, you guys have all done this. You're already here. We'll keep you here. Okay. First of all, not what are the dots, weather and climate. What are the dots? I'm going to read this to you. This is Houston winter warming. Days now above normal. What do the dots represent? Not weather and climate. What are the dots?
Okay, well, what I think the dots represent, it's like weather. It's the climate of how warm or cold the days are. Yeah,
it's days. So it's a kind of a trick question because I gave the answer. The dots represent how many days we are above average. Remember, the average was what, 68 to 63 degrees. So how many days? Let's see. How many days above average? Going back to 1970. You look at the dots and you're seeing what the temperatures are. So the dots represent the temperatures. Okay? The line represents? Climate. Okay, so the dots are, what are the temperatures? So there's your temperatures. What does the line show over the past 52 years?
The line shows that the temperature has increased, I think. Mm-hmm. And the dots, I think, above the line are the days that are above the average.
Yeah, so again, this is a tricky map. So this is what trips you up, and this is why I want to show this. This map is confusing because you know what it doesn't show? It doesn't show the average. What's the average? 68 to 63 degrees. This is showing days above average. This is days, so it's 30, 40, 50 days above average in the winter time. So do you see that? So you're like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. The reason it doesn't make any sense because you have to do a lot of thinking to figure this map out. So weather and climate is really tough. to kind of get your mind around when you look at maps like this. So on average, basically, this would show that in 1970, on that day, that winter, there were 32 days out of 3 months above average. In 2022, there were about 44 days above average. The trend is, do you see how it's up and down, though? Sometimes you have, look at 1978 about, 1979. Do you see there were about maybe 9-10 days above average? That was a cold winter. Can you imagine that winter? That was a cold, we didn't have any above average days. And the average is 68 to 63. But then you look at 2010, how cold was 2010? You had 18 days above average, and that was it. But then you look at, let's see, 2016, 60 days above average. 2/3 of the winter was above average. So the trend is your climate is we have 11 more days above average than we used to. Everyone give yourselves a big round of applause. I mentioned you guys can have a seat now. The Geminid meteor shower is tonight and tomorrow night. It's an amazing show if we had clear skies. The problem is tonight and tomorrow, it's not looking good. Geminid meteor showers are a lot like grape nut cereal. So here I brought some grape nut cereal here. Let me open this up. First of all, I am willing to bet, I'm not going to bet money, but I'm willing to bet that as I look at all you 5th graders, none of you have ever had grape nut cereal. Is that correct? No way, Cap. No, there's no way. There's no way. Your dad likes it? All right. Well, I am completely wrong then. So here, you know what? I'm shocked. I can't believe it. I haven't even seen these sold in stores since I was a kid. So, Geminid meteor showers are the same shape, size, color, texture as grape nut cereal. So, the Geminid meteor shower comes from an asteroid. And as it goes close, it's the closest asteroid in its rotation around the sun. As it gets close to the sun every 1.4 years, it breaks off little tiny pieces of rock that are this size as grape nut cereal. Size, color, texture. And these hit our atmosphere 60,000 miles up at 22 miles per second. 79,000 miles an hour. And so once they hit our atmosphere, you see a white flash of this in the sky, and that's the streak that's created. They never make it to the ground. You'll never find one of these on the ground because they burn up in the atmosphere. And actually, the burning that you see when you look up and see a meteor coming down, it's not even this. It's actually basically the flash of once this is penetrating the atmosphere. That's what's created. So you're actually seeing the flash. You're not actually seeing the actual meteor. So I'm going to put these back down. If any of you guys want to look at those, you can, and then we'll clean up this mess so your teachers don't have to. Okay, so the rock hits Earth at 22 miles per second, 79 miles per hour, 79,000 miles per hour. They never hit the ground. They burn up in a hot white flash. The time to watch, and here's what's great about the Geminids this year, is some of us don't go to bed till 10. You should go to bed earlier, but if you go to bed at 10, you could actually probably see some at 9. What's the problem today?
It's cloudy.
Our weather. It's cloudy. It comes from the asteroid Phaethon. You need to be away from city lights. That's the other issue. There's a lot of lights in Cyprus. You have to give your eyes 20 minutes to adjust. The reason they get their names, the Geminids, is because if you look at where they come from in the sky and you're able to see where they're shooting out from, it's the constellation Gemini. And that's off looking east, but you don't have to look east to see them. Friday's forecast. Friday's forecast is we have a flood threat. Low pressure is moving in. Had you guys learned about high and low pressure? You did? You don't sound very excited about that. You were excited about climate and weather. You don't sound very excited about high and low pressure. You're not? Okay, well, I'm going to excite you about high and low pressure, okay? So I need two kids, a boy and a girl. Yes, boy, girl. Come on up. You right there. What is that symbol? Under Armour. Under Armour. Come on in. Yes, it's still Under Armour. Yep. And then come on up. Yep. Pink, beige. Yeah, right there. Yep. Okay, it's fine. Okay. First of all, the way we get wind is wind travels from high to low pressure. If there is no pressure, there's no wind. If you're high pressure and you're low pressure, wind goes from you to you. That's how wind works. Now, air pressure is the weight of a column of air above the surface. We don't feel the air of high or low pressure. When you get old, sometimes older people will tell me, like in their 80s, that if they've had like knee surgery or bad knees, that their knees hurt when storms are coming in because that low pressure aches their knees. So they can feel low pressure, but otherwise for us, we never feel high or low pressure. So does everybody see that? Air pressure is the weight of a column of air above the surface. So high pressure is heavy. We don't feel it, but it's heavy. When the skies are clear outside and high pressure is in control, it doesn't allow clouds to build up because it's heavy. Low pressure, though, is light. So on a day like today when we have light rain, it's low pressure. Low pressure is lifting the moisture on the ground. It's condensing and becoming clouds, and then you're getting rain. So high pressure sinks the air, prevents clouds from building up, prevents rain. Excuse me. Low pressure lifts the clouds, condenses the clouds, and then you get rain. Here's an example of high pressure. What's your name?
Bryson.
Bryson. Everyone say hi to Bryson. Okay, Bryson, here's what I need you to do. I want you to lift up. High pressure's on the ground, so it's preventing any clouds from forming, any rain forming. I want you to lift it straight up. Don't go at an angle, straight up. Go ahead, lift it, Bryson. You're strong. Go ahead, Bryson. You got it. Straight up. Come on, Bryson. What's going on? Okay, straight. Don't move it. Straight. Okay, stop. What's happening? Why can't you lift it?
Because it's like stuck to the ground.
Okay, so it's not stuck. What's happening is you have low pressure here. Low pressure. High pressure is on top of that, and so it's trapped the low pressure down here. What's heavier, high pressure or low pressure? High pressure. So we can't lift it. Let's try. Okay, what's your name?
Ava.
Ava, try to lift that, Ava. Straight up, Ava. So you got 2 fingers. She's trying.
Oh God! What is this made of?
So it's not made of anything. It's high pressure. So think of that. What's happening is that high pressure has trapped the low pressure beneath it, and it won't let it lift. That's how heavy high pressure is. So it's tough, right? I mean, I can't get it. So what did I do? Did you see? I came in the sides. So I allowed low pressure to lift that. And that happens many times with storms. And what might happen on Friday? Many times you have high pressure coming or in place, low pressure comes in under it. If it's strong enough, it'll lift that and you get really strong storms. Good job, guys. Okay. Rain and flooding. I'm going to get through this quick because I want to make sure that we have our friends who can do the forecast because we got 10 minutes left. With the threat for flooding on Friday, number 1 lesson, don't play in flooded water. Now, there's a difference between playing in the rain, which is great, and you should do that, than playing in flooded waters. Here's an example of playing in flooded waters. These kids are wearing white shirts. The water is white. It's flooded. You got a kid hanging out the side of the truck. You got a kid in the back who's recording it all for either Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. But it's dumb because they're hanging off hydroplaning. They're having fun, but there's a truck behind them. This is an example of playing in flooded water. And where I work in the news, it's really sad when we have to report on stories on kids your age who are just goofing off in flooded water and really bad things happen. So I want you to remember on Friday, for example, because we have flooding in the forecast or the potential of that, don't do things like this. They're foolish. They might be fun, but there's a million things that can go wrong. Nothing went wrong in this picture, by the way, but the person who sent that is like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Something that also can happen in a small thing, if you're playing in flooded water, you can become an island to ants. So that's not fun either. So how I do my job, let's get our 3 people up here. If I can call up Noah, Zach, and Bryn. If we can, okay, we're good. Let me get the microphone. So I do it in front of a green screen. And we have 3 special students of you guys from your class who are going to give the weather for your city, give the current temperatures, what the weather is today, and what's going to happen on Friday, and then also for the next 3 days. Did we want birthday boy or Zach to go first? Birthday boy. Okay, we've got Noah. Everybody, happy birthday, Noah! Are you ready? Okay, so what we're going to see. Noah, we're going to put you in place. I'm going to switch over so all the kids can see you because there's a delay on this. You ready? Happy birthday, Noah! Let's go!
Hi guys, my name is Noah Wintrode, and today is my birthday. Here's your weather forecast.
Let me get to the right graphic. We're going to do a take 2, okay? Because that was not on the right graphic. Okay, do it again.
Hi guys, my name is Noah Wintrode. Today is my birthday, and here's your weather forecast. Right now it is currently 52 degrees, and the winds are moving northeast at 3 miles an hour. So we have some light rain going around in Houston and up somewhere else. On Friday, we do have a chance of a flood risk around Cypress. Today's high will be 64 through Friday, but on Friday, we do have a chance of some heavy rain. Bye, guys.
Good job! Can we sing happy birthday really quick? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noah. Happy birthday to you. Good job. Zach, you're up. Okay. Okay, now you can watch yourself.
Hi, my name is Zach Hartford, and I am a 5th grader at Keith Elementary. Today we have, currently, it is 52 degrees outside with northeast winds. There is rain light happening. We have a chance of flooding. There's a high of 64 through Friday, and on Friday is where we're going to see the big rain. Bye.
Good job, Zach. Okay, we have Bryn. Are you ready for this? Let's make sure the maps are set right. Let's make sure the maps are set right. Because I feel like it's getting cut off a little bit. Okay, you're all set. Okay.
Hi, I'm Bryn Rash, and I'm a 5th grader here at Keith Elementary. Today, we will see, right now it's 52, and so we're we have a little bit of rain right now, and on Friday we are gonna see a little bit of flooding, and through all of the rest of the week, like the work week, not like the weekend, we're gonna see 64 as a high, and then on Friday is when we're gonna see flooding. Bye.
Excellent job. You guys, you did great. Good job, guys. So first of all, come over here. Let's interview you. We got a few minutes left. How did that feel?
Weird.
So what's weird about it?
Doing it live.
Doing it live? Okay. Come on up. What did you think? It's your birthday. I mean, that's special. You got to do this on your birthday. That's cool. And do it live.
Same thing he said.
Really? So describe to me what's odd about it. It's just because it's live and you're like, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Bryn, what about you? What'd you think? How'd you like it?
It was kind of embarrassing just because I stammer a lot, so.
You did not stammer. She did not. No, she did great. You did great. Give one more round of applause for everybody here. So, whenever we do these, what's always interesting to me is how maps are interpreted, and something I've noticed not just with you guys, and whether it's second graders or whether it's fifth graders, the potential for flooding on Friday. It's something that may happen. It's not a guarantee, and it's interesting to hear kids talk and say, well, flood Friday. It's going to flood Friday. And I think even with adults, even when we were talking earlier about like the difference between climate and weather, it's something that gets in our head to where it's like we see a map and we see a risk, that there's a risk for flooding, and we think, oh yeah, it's going to happen. When actually, and that's actually a low risk on Friday. So we'll see. So everyone's going to pay attention to the weather on Friday and see if Cypress floods. It's like it'd be street flooding. So that's what we would see. So think about that. There's a risk for flooding on Friday. No one's going to be playing in it. And then if it doesn't happen, remember that it was a risk that didn't happen. Okay, we have, I think, we have 1 minute left. You got a question? Come on up, quick. You got 1 minute, and then when we're done, we're going to say goodbye to the audience. Does that sound good? What's your name?
Max.
Max, what's your question?
What's the percentage of chance will it flood on Friday?
Ooh, that's a great question. 15%. But it's low, but it's there. It's not zero. So that's why I mentioned it. Great question. Yes, real quick, come on up because we're almost done. We probably got 30 seconds left. What's your name?
Emily.
Emily, okay, what's your question?
Do you know what time it will flood?
If we get flooding, great question. I didn't put those maps because those get complicated. If we get heavy rain, it'd be 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the evening. So a little bit after. What time do you guys get out of school?
Like at 4.
So let's watch the forecast. At 4, the rain should turn heavy. Let's watch and see if that happens. Okay, everybody ready to say goodbye? Yeah. Okay.